Okay, so I think we're going to start the class. I'll just turn on my video. Can everyone see me all right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, RJ, we've got RJ, we've got Anna, we've got Shahani, Nissan Salah. Nazia, nice to see you, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm having my coffee.
Good morning.
I'm having my lunch.
Yeah, okay. What are you having for your lunch, Nissan Salah?
It's good. Rice and curry.
Rice and curry, that sounds nice. Okay, well, I think at this time, Paul is probably flying, I think. He said he was going very early tomorrow. I think he's going to Spain. On holiday. It's not fair.
Again, holiday.
I know. He has too many, right?
Yeah.
I've got some next week, so I can't complain. But I think he's going to the north of Spain, which should be nice. I can't remember where he said, but I'm sure it'll be great.
Maybe he's celebrating his birthday still.
It could be like a late birthday thing. It could be that. We've got Jane joining us. Jane, hello. Do you want to put your microphone on and say hello?
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Hello, morning. And we've also got someone else. I'm going to get started actually, guys, because we're live on Facebook, and I've got a really good little grammar class for you today. It's kind of a review of stuff we've done before, but I think it will be very useful for IELTS and for OET. We've got Ian who's just come in. Hello, Ian. And we've got Fun Milola. Hello there. Do you want to just say hello to us?
Hi, sir.
Hey, Ian.
Hi, sir.
I think we've got someone new in class today.
Hello.
Is that Marie?
No, this is Fumilola.
Okay, sorry, beg your pardon. So, welcome. Is this your first class?
No, I started on Monday.
Right, okay, so I'm just taking, obviously you don't do IELTS, right? You're an OET student?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic. Okay, well, welcome to my class. Paul is on holiday, so I'll be doing the grammar today. Guys, today we're going to do...
All right.
We're going to do participle clauses. Okay, again, I'm going to review participle clauses. So if you are ready to start the class, and if you can see my screen now with the Word document, can you just put on your microphone, just say, yep, ready?
Yes, ready.
Yes, ready.
Yes, ready.
Ready.
Yes,
Fantastic,
ready.
everyone's ready? Ready to go? Okay, here we go. So what I'm going to try and do today is basically we'll do a little bit of a warm-up, and it'll be just to find the error exercise. It's really easy, this. Then we're going to review participle clauses, and I want to focus on the form, because last week when I got some of your example sentences, you were getting the meaning very well, but some of the grammar, the words, were slightly wrong. So I'm going to really give you a lot of detail on the form there. Then we're going to identify 3 uses, okay, as a test. And then we're going to look at OET uses in more detail. Now, last week we studied this, but we didn't really look in a lot of detail at where you should use these types of sentences. And then at the end, we'll look at IELTS uses. And I want you all to join in, even if you're doing OET. When it comes to the IELTS thing, have a go. You know what I mean? And IELTS people, when it comes to the OET thing, have a go. The reason is these 2 exams have a relationship, because you guys are nurses, aren't you? So people who are studying IELTS, you will still need to speak medical language, right? People who are studying OET, you guys are still going to need to sort of speak general English. Okay, so you guys can participate in both these parts here. All right, let's get cracking. Participle clauses today. I won't define what a participle clause is yet. All right, we'll go straight in, and I simply want you guys to find the error. All right, but before we do that, I want you guys to draw on the screen like this. Oops. Can we just do a quick test? Can you draw on the screen, guys? If you're on your phone, it's on the left-hand side, I think, towards the bottom. Look for a picture of a pen. There we go. If you're on your computer, it's usually at the bottom or the top. You can draw little things like this, but also you can do a tick and a cross. I think some of you who are on your computers. Okay. Well, as long as you can mark it anyway. Oh, we can do a star or an arrow. That's nice. All right. So you guys are ready. Here we go. Find the error, please. Here we go. Here's the test. Draw a circle around the error when you found it. Oh, sorry, I moved it. Yeah, you'll have to put it back. It's dead easy, isn't it? Where are the errors here? Draw a little circle. Draw a sentence. Okay, some people are going for that.
I think D.
The pizza, that's
The pizza, like the man liked pizza that is spicy.
Okay, well, this one's a bit harder then. This one is a little bit tricky, but it's not that. Try that again.
Of
Someone's
which
got
is
this.
spicy.
Man liked the pizza
Which
that
is
was
spicy?
spicy.
Ah, okay. Well, just draw on the screen, guys. Let everyone finish first, because it can be, let's just make sure we see what everyone thinks. Okay, so we've got a lot of people who seem to think this is a problem here. Someone's gone for this one. I like that. Everyone can join in here. Okay, let's talk about this then, okay? So, Jennifer, you were having a chat there. Put your microphone on, please.
Yeah.
So what was the problem for you here?
I said D, and instead of that, which is spicy.
Okay, which is spicy. I like, well, actually, in this case, you can use both. You can use that or which. Okay, so that's not the issue there. Good try. Let's get someone else on the microphone who thinks they can explain why they think this is wrong. I'm going to ask someone random I'll just get someone random. Shahani, what do you think is wrong here?
The for the pizza, because we don't know which pizza it is. So
yeah, when I wrote this, I was thinking of it like that. Exactly, like if we're going to say that is spicy in the present tense, right? Then it's talking about in general. He likes all the pizza, doesn't he? All spicy pizza, yes. He likes it. And tomorrow, guys, I'm going to do articles. Okay, so in this case, you would say the man. Here, you need to say the man liked pizza. But do we want liked, Shahani?
no, I think just like no D.
Yeah, because the kind of the idea here is that it's the general thing. He likes pizza that is spicy. Now, the person who saw that there was an error here, I think that was very good, this person, because look, this is in the past tense, right? But now we've got this in the present tense, and it doesn't really make sense like that. Okay. So the main error here is basically, this is a general statement. We don't want the, and we want to stay in the present tense with likes. Okay. What about eating spicy pizza? She spoke to friend. Now this one is much more easy, isn't it? Anna, what needs to go in here?
A friend.
Fantastic. All right, now, who put a comma here? Did anyone? Would you like just to tell me why you've got a comma here? That's it's definitely, yeah.
Me, sir.
Ah, right. Remember, this is not a linker.
No, sir, that is not a comma. I want to tell the article. Oh,
Yeah, article.
Eating the spicy pizza. She spoke to
the
a friend. Right. Okay, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. But actually, in this case, it's fine actually. And tomorrow, guys, I'm going to do articles. Okay, we'll do the and that kind of thing. Now, stay with me, Nisan Salah. What type of sentence is this?
it's the participle clause.
Yeah, and we're studying participle clauses. And what type of sentence is this?
It's a relative clause.
It's a relative clause. So anyone who saw my last class, I asked you this question, didn't I? What is the difference? Microphone's off, please. I'll ask a random person. Between a relative clause and a participle clause. Right. I'm going to ask that question to Michaela. Michaela, are you there?
Hi. Yes.
Could you? Do you know the answer to this?
I
think you do. If I help you, you definitely will, right? Think about it like this. How many events are happening in this sentence here?
One.
There's only one, isn't there? And how many events in the second one?
Two.
Right, so what's the difference?
Depending on the other events or something like that.
Well, the difference is that relative clauses usually use one event. There's only one event, and this clause here is not giving you a second event. It's just describing. What's it describing? Okay.
The taste of pizza.
Yeah, right. So usually it's descriptive. But that's not the case with a participle clause. This is just kind of a review, guys, isn't it? Here there are two events. So what's the relationship between the two events? Anyone tell me?
In the same time.
At the same time, eating pizza, she spoke with a friend.
So this is happening at the same time?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it always the same time, guys?
No.
No.
How many types?
5.
Here it is the same time.
5.
5 times.
Now, I've given you 5 because I'm kind of simplifying it. There's probably some, complicated ones where there's maybe 6 or 7, right? But in general, what you learn in school, right, is that there are 5 types. Can anyone tell me if they remember the 5 types? One of them is same time, right? Let me ask someone a quick, RJ. Let me ask RJ. Do you remember these types that we did last week?
Yes.
Well, there was same time. Good. What else?
There is the reason.
There's the same time as reason, where one of them is the reason for the other. That's 2. Anna, do you remember one? Jane?
Cause.
Cause, where one of them is causing. So one of them is the reason for the other. One of them is the cause for the other. Same time. Joyce?
A clause that happens immediately
One happens immediately
before the second
for the
clause.
other. So, like, for example, opening.
The door.
He
saw a man. He saw the man.
Opening the door, he saw a man. So one thing happens slightly before the other. What was that 5th one?
A long time before the others.
Kind of, yeah. Let's say like a normal amount of time. So it would be having. Who wants to give me a sentence?
Eating sandwiches.
Mm-hmm. Having
To bed.
She went to bed.
Good. Having eating.
Eaten.
Having eaten. Okay, good. So I want to review these 5 uses now, guys, and you can see them here on the screen. Let me just get them on the page. Here are the 5 uses, okay? And the first thing we'll do is identify what they are, okay? So who can tell me what the first one is? Listen to the radio, she did her homework.
The same time.
Same time.
The same time.
So both clauses happen at the same time. Number 2, open the door, he saw the man.
After I
One
shot.
Happens immediately.
ING happens immediately. What's the missing word?
Before the second clause.
The second clause. What about the next one, guys?
After.
Immediately after.
Second one happened.
ING happens.
Normal amount of time.
Normal amount of time, or an unspecified amount of time, I should probably say. Let's say an unspecific amount of time, but it's not like quickly, right? An unspecific amount of time. Okay, what about the man screams scaring the children? What's
The cause.
Cause.
Is the cause. Okay, now it's very, very important to see which one is the cause, which one is the effect.
The cause is man screamed.
Yeah, so the normal sent clause, right? This one with no ing,
Yeah.
right? Clause is the cause of the ing clause. All right, being a doctor, he treated a lot of sick people. What about that one?
Reason.
The ing clause is the reason.
The ing clause is the reason for the normal clause. What's a clause, by the way, guys? I just want to talk about that.
A clause.
Can anyone tell me, what is a clause? We talked about clause last time. Clause.
A group of
So-
words with verb and subject.
Yeah, I like that. That sounds like something that might be from Paul, and I agree with that. A group of words. It's not a sentence. It's a group of words. Usually with a subject and a verb. But that's actually not the case here, right? And that's the point I'm going to be making in a second. But let's just say a group of words. Let's keep it more simple. That here we'll say that have a clear meaning or an individual meaning. Okay. So obviously, how many clauses in these participle clauses? There's two.
Yes.
Clear about this, guys. In the examples I'm showing you, there's always two clauses. Clause 1, clause 2. Clause 1, clause 2. Clause 1, clause 2. Clause 1, clause 2, right? We need to be clear about that. All right, so we've got the meanings, and I knew that you guys were really good at that, but I think when it comes to the grammar, we need to be clear about this. What is the form of this here? When I say form, you know, like it's the words. Like if I want to make present perfect, I do have plus verb 3. That's present perfect. What's the form of this one here? Can anyone tell me?
Past. Past. Past.
Past?
Past simple.
Past simple.
Well, the second clause is usually past simple. Usually past simple. Let's say the simple tense. But it could be any tense, really. Let's start off with this word. It's always an ing word here, right? Present participle or a gerund. Good. Now, do you see any verbs here?
No.
Are there any verbs, guys?
Yeah.
Listen.
No. There's the verb in
There's one
number
here.
3. Yeah, opened.
That's special, but usually it's ing plus basically nouns and prepositions. Okay? Nouns and prepositions. You're not really having a verb in this first clause. Then you have a comma. And then the second clause is much easier. It's a subject plus a verb.
Verb.
Right? So the key thing here is I wanted to stress to you after looking at some of your examples is don't put any verbs in this bit. Right? The same. What about opening the door? He saw the man. Is that the same?
Yes.
It's the same, isn't it? And the same is true for this, but we reverse it, don't we? Instead of having it like this, we're going to start with the subject and the object. It makes more sense. Although you can reverse it like that. Okay?
Yeah.
Just like this here. And the same is true for number 5. What about number 4, though? Sorry, number 3. What's happening in number 3?
There's a verb.
There is a verb. Okay, so why is that? We've got all this here. Why having opened? Can anyone tell me? This is very, very important. In this one, what is the action, Miss Ansala? What is the actual action?
Opening.
It's the opening, isn't it? But here, what is the action, everyone?
It's
Present
finished.
perfect.
Opened.
It's
Finished.
the opened, right? So it's not the having. Some people were making mistakes because they were thinking of that in this one, the event is the having. There's no having here. It's an auxiliary verb. It's the opening, right? So you have ing, which doesn't really have a meaning. It's always, always, always having. So I'll just put having here, right? It's not ing, it's having. And then what do we call this? Opened? What form of the verb, guys?
V3. Past participle.
Verb.
Past participle, yeah, or verb 3. Good. And then we have blah, blah, blah. Subject. I'll tidy this up for you guys later. All right? Now, what I want you guys to do is I'm going to show you, well, firstly, I'm going to give you, let's say, 1 minute, all right? And I want you just to review this in your mind. Maybe you could think of some sentences, right? And then I'm going to show you some sentences, and I want you to classify, to identify the use, all right? So you've got about 30 seconds. Just review this. Then I'm going to give you an exercise to do. All right? Starting now. We'll just do about 30 seconds. Just have a read. Make sure you're happy with this. Microphones off, please. Just pay attention to the examples. Notice there's no verbs except for this one. Maybe you could write some things down if you want. Okay, so that's, I think, just enough time for you just to have a little bit of thinking time. Now, here are 3 sentences. I want us to analyze these. Okay. What type of participle clauses are these? Just have a quick think. Again, don't say anything yet. Just have a look at 1, 2, and 3. The third one's tough. Okay, I would say the first one's quite easy. So I want to talk about this one as well. All right, so the first one, who can tell me what type of participle clause is that, everyone?
Same time.
Same time.
Sitting down, he saw the email. Could he see the email when he was sitting?
No,
Is it the same time?
happening immediately before the other.
Yeah, this is immediately before the other. As he is doing the sitting, I don't think he's looking at the screen, right? He can't, only after he's sat down can he see the screen properly. Okay, so that happens immediately before the other. All right, what about the second one? The lion roared, making the hunters run away.
Cause.
Same time.
Cause is the cause.
Cause.
All right. Now, I want to make this point to you all. Okay, what's the difference between saying this and saying being a lion? He roared at the humans. Roaring is to go.
That's
"Roar."
one.
The reason.
It has a reason.
There's the reason.
The
Good.
reason for the second clause.
What is the difference?
Run away.
There's the running away. There's no running away. That's good. But just think about the grammar, guys. Look where the ing is. Think about the ing. Here the ing is here. Right?
Close.
Usually, although you can swap these round, okay, usually with the cause clause, the ing is the that is actually the effect, isn't it, guys?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, that's the effect. What's the cause of what's the cause?
Lion.
Okay, so the ing is always in the second bit usually, right? But look at the reason clause. In the reason clause, we start with the ing, don't we? Being a lion, right?
Yes.
He roared at the humans. The humans.
Okay.
So here, which one is? Notice the ing is coming first, okay, and it's kind of going this way. All right. What about number 3? Having a cold, he stayed at home.
I've been a cold.
Cause.
Reason.
Reason.
Cold, he stayed at home. It is the reason. Good.
Yeah.
Now, think about this. What does it mean here, having? What's the meaning of that word, guys?
Suffering.
Yeah, but it means, I mean, it does kind of mean suffering, but
Personal experience.
possession here, right?
Session, yeah.
It belongs to him, okay? But what about this, guys? What about this? Having
A cold.
had a cold, what's happening now?
Stayed at home.
Not now, not at present.
In the past.
The past.
Having had.
It's not the reason anymore, is it? What is it?
Past participle.
Cause.
Like, it's now like having eaten, isn't it? Having eaten is,
Yes.
which,
Different.
what's the meaning? Everyone together. One.
One happened.
This is normal amount of
Another
time.
time.
Normal amount of time.
Another event.
Amount of time.
The normal close.
Okay.
Now, guys, you got to be careful when you're writing your sentences, okay? Not to confuse these ones. These, you know what I mean? This with this. Okay? So you either put a verb here or you don't. Very, very important, okay? Because it changes the meaning, and I got some errors through from you guys where you were confusing the two. If you just say having a cold, right? That is not number 3, because you need a verb, right? If you just say having a cold, it means I possess, cold belongs to me, right? But if I say having had a cold, now I'm not saying that, I'm saying something different, okay? I suppose I am saying that it belongs to me, but okay. So I just wanted to make that point as feedback from some of the homework that you guys sent me. Okay, what about OET? Which type is the most useful? Can anyone tell me that? In OET, which of these 5 sentences do we want to be using in our letters?
3.
The last.
I mean, you could probably use them all, Anna, right? But there was one in our class last time that we said, oh, that's a really good one.
3.
Reason.
3, yeah.
It was number 3. You should all be saying, yeah, number 3, sir. Okay. So number 3. Can anyone give me an example of a medical thing you might say using this type of structure?
Having operated on.
Ooh, yeah, go on. Having been. Ooh,
Being operated on, rather.
having been operated on. Good.
It was
Changing
moved
the
to the
tense there.
word.
Yeah. He was.
Moved to the word.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Anyone else want to try? That was really good. Anyone else? Don't be shy. I'll give you some feedback. Who wants to try making me an OET style sentence like this? Having fallen on the floor, having been operated on, anyone?
Yeah, myself, sir.
Go on. Go on. Yep.
Having seen the dog, he ran away.
Yeah, exactly. Good. What about some OET kind of style ones though? Anyone want to try quickly before I show you some?
Having been diagnosed, Mr. David was prescribed ibuprofen.
Good. Don't forget though, Anna, you did this last time. Having been diagnosis. Don't forget this word. Having been, it's not diagnosis because that's the verb.
Diagnosis.
Diagnosed.
Diagnosed.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Mr.
Good example. Give me that again and I'll type it out, Anna. Having been diagnosed.
Mr. Jane.
Mr. Jane.
Jane, yeah. Was prescribed ibuprofen.
Okay. And Anna, just tell me once again, what's the relationship?
It's having ing.
What's the relationship between the 2 clauses, Anna? Just to remind everyone. Come on, we just did this. What's the relationship? Is it the cause? Is it the reason?
The clause.
It's not the cause.
Reason.
It's not the reason, guys. Come on, we just spent a long time doing this.
Okay, it's happening.
Depends on a specific amount.
Time.
Right?
Yeah.
That's why I think it's useful in your OET letters, because you can just join 2 events together and really the only connection is that one happened before the other. Okay? Now, whereabouts are we going to do this in our letters? Paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3. Where is it most useful to talk about this kind of thing, guys?
Paragraph 2.
It's 2, isn't it? Now, here's an amazing one. I think this might be Jennifer, but I'm not sure. This is something that you guys gave me from your homework for me last week. On admission, she was diagnosed with a myocardial infarction, presenting with the typical symptoms of discomfort in her jaw and heaviness in both. I love that. That is brilliant. Okay, and that can go, for example, in paragraph 2, which would be something like where you tell the story. Right, this is your introduction. This is a typical letter, okay? Not every letter would be like this, but most letters are. What's the last letter what's the last paragraph in an OET letter? Who can tell me?
Request and recommendation.
What about, now sometimes you might have 2 story paragraphs, but let's just imagine you just have 1 in this case. What would your 3rd paragraph function be?
Extra information.
Extra information, okay. Now I wanted to quickly show all you OET people a great sentence that someone gave me. Looking at this on Sunday. Let's have someone read this. Mary, can you read this for us?
In terms of her medical background, having not been treated and having unhealthy dietary habits, Mrs. Weiss is overweight.
I really loved that. So good. Having not been treated and having unhealthy dietary habits. Now, there's almost a sense of cause here, isn't there? But don't worry about that. I was wondering if you guys, this is my task, all right? And I give you about 1 or 2 minutes, and IELTS people, you can do the same because it's useful for you when you get to hospital, okay? Can anyone try to imagine a sentence like this that you could possibly use in paragraph 3, right? I'm going to give you about 2 minutes, write it down on a piece of paper, and then you can read it out to me. Okay, everyone, off you go. Write me 1 sentence similar to this. Use your imagination, okay? Off you go. IELTS people, no, I might ask you as well, so please do this. I'm going to try this as well. Whilst you guys are writing, I'm going to try my own because I haven't really thought about this. So let me see. You could say in terms of this is my example. Having been a smoker for 10 years, Mrs. Green is out of shape or frequently gets out of breath. That's my example. So I want to hear yours, okay? Off you go.
Shall I tell, sir?
Just hold on for one. We'll just give people a little bit more time. Just about 30 seconds, okay?
Okay, sir.
Oh, okay. I think some people might still be writing, but I think definitely we're going to have some answers now. So, Joshua, was that you? Can I hear your example?
Yes, sir.
Go on.
Having been treated with antibiotic, her UTI symptoms reduced.
Antibiotic? Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, antibiotic.
We would always say antibiotics with the plural.
Antibiotics.
Now, if there's one, we would always pluralize it, actually. We wouldn't say an
Antibiotics.
antibiotic. Yeah, we would always use the plural. Okay, having been treated with antibiotics, her UTI
symptoms reduced.
Excellent, right? You could use that in paragraph 2 or paragraph 3, right? In terms of her medical background. Anyone else want to try? Let's see. Nazia, who's ready? Yeah, Nazia.
In terms of globalization,
Mhm. Go
Having
on.
been planted trees.
Say it I can't hear you that well. Say it one more time. In terms of globalization.
I've posted in the chat box.
Yeah, I can see it. Go on, read it to us though, because you've got good pronunciation.
In terms of globalization, having been planted trees and having been eliminated pollution to a minimum level, citizens are relieved.
Okay, that's not bad, but you would have to say having planted, right? Because it's a question of using the passive or not. Okay? Obviously, this is an IELTS example as well, but that's really, really nice. I like the way you're using to, right? Having planted and having eliminated. That's nice, but you can't use been. That's a question of passive or active voice. Okay, that's really nice though. Mary, could I hear yours?
As regards of her social history, comma, having few friends and having to live alone, comma, Alison developed depression.
Nice, very, very nice. So you've got the participle clause exactly right, but please don't make a mistake with this. As regards of medical social history. As regards of, we don't need of. You can just say as regards her. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So
that was everything else was perfect with the participle clause. Ian.
thank you.
Could you read yours, Ian?
Yes, sir.
Go on.
Hello. Due to his present symptoms, being nauseated and having abdominal discomfort, Mrs. Weiss is rushed to the hospital.
So let's say that again. Due to, you're starting with due to. Go on.
Yes, sir. Due to his present symptoms, being nauseated and having abdominal discomfort, Mrs. Weiss is rushed to the hospital.
I like that. That's quite an original sentence. I like that because we do have the participle clause here. Nice. Yeah, that's good. That's nice stuff. Okay, let me try Reshma. Reshma, can you give us a go? Reshma? Come on, don't be shy, Reshma. Okay, I'll choose someone else. Jane. Come on, guys, if I call your name, you've got to be interacting with us because it's like a live class. Jane, Reshma.
No? In terms of
go on, yes.
Mrs. Wayne's medical history, haven't been on any diet,
Haven't been on
any diet.
Any diet? Yeah, go on.
Haven't been on any diet.
Healthy. A healthy diet, yeah.
The sugar level, our sugar level has been controlled.
Sugar levels have become
controlled. Have been controlled.
Controlled. Right. Pronunciation there. Controlled. All right. Really nice. So I'm going to offer you OET people again, the same homework as last time, but this time I want some background information style sentences. Okay. After this video, I'll put a little link under the video and you can just email me your sentences. All right. So thank you, OET people. Don't forget, you can use these types of sentences in your second paragraph and in your third paragraph. All right. Now, IELTS people. I thought what we would do is look at task 1, but you can have task 2 as well. So I just want to do this for Nazia. Obviously, you can say things like, caring about their children, parents tend to buy educational toys for them. Can anyone tell me what is the relationship now between these two clauses?
Reason.
The reason, isn't it?
Reason.
Right, good. Because you have the ing here, right? That's the reason for this, which is this sort of result. Okay. Good. So that's the kind of thing you could do in task 2. This would be a good example, right? Let's all try something like this together. Okay. So I want you guys, same thing. Same thing with OET people, all right? Give me a general English example. I'll give you some feedback.
Can I try?
Yes, go on.
Caring about their citizens.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Governments aim to regulate new policies.
Yes, caring about their citizens, governments tend to regulate new policies. Good. Does anyone else want to try a general one? Raji?
Yes, sir.
Now, Raji, I want to just pick on this now. So we've got to be careful with this here. Look at the grammar of this, Raji. Mr. Jones, being a taxi driver, he has a sedentary lifestyle. What's the problem here, guys? Well, Raji,
He
maybe
has
you can tell me.
a sedentary lifestyle.
No, this is all good.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is this, Raji. Yeah, why is that a problem?
Oh, yeah, it should be starting with a gerund.
But this is a good point, guys. Is there a subject in clause 1, everyone?
No.
No.
So just remember, no subject in clause 1. You start with the ing, and it's all about the action.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Now, anyone else want to quickly try a general one for me? Don't be shy.
Here, he should be Mr. Jones missing.
Yeah, no, I would put his name in. Yeah, good. Let me choose someone else then. Let me ask Marianne B. Are you there? Marianne B?
Yes, sir.
Go on. Do you want to try one?
Sir, a sedentary.
Yeah, has a sedentary. No, Marianne B. Jennifer.
Having
Oh, sorry, I don't want to stop you there. Go on, you can do it.
having more children.
Parents. Well, go on. Having more children these days, let's say.
Parents have not been
Really good. How about this? Able to.
concentrate on
Concentrate on. This is an amazing sentence. Perfect. Grammar's perfect. On their.
children.
Well, they've got more children these days. Concentrate on their
activities.
activities. Or I think it's something like work or jobs, profession. Okay, now notice, guys, with these type of sentences with having, there is actually a sense of cause here, isn't there? Not always, but sometimes you get like a sense of cause. I'll put it.
Can I try?
Even though it's not the causal structure, sometimes when you have these two events together, you think, okay, well, this one is a little bit causing the other one. Okay. But don't worry about that. That's just kind of you. That's just a natural thing in language. Okay, now I want to quickly end by going to task 1 for the patient IELTS people. Okay. So last time in the last class we talked about this type of sentence here. Having increased rapidly to 9,000 sales in 2007, Apple's then decreased to 1,000 in 2009. So what type of diagrams, IELTS people, can we use these type of sentences here?
Trends.
Trend diagrams. We would call these, does anyone know what we call these? There's this one or there's this one?
Dynamic.
Dynamic, right? What does that mean, guys? Dynamic.
There are changes. Changes with time.
Changes.
Good. So these type of sentences are great for changes because we're talking about two events, aren't we? One happens before the other one. Now, we looked at this in our class on Monday, but I thought I think everyone here, even if you're an OET person, you can do this. and it looks really difficult, but it's actually really easy. So let me show you.
Not easy.
It's in the middle. Let's just quickly look at this here. There are 4 restaurants here. Jennifer, could you read the names of the restaurants? Oops, 1 second. Jennifer, we've got
Delicacy.
Yep.
It's 1. Evening Paradise is 2. Grand Festa it's 3. And Spicy Fortune it's 4.
Good. So income, what does that mean, Shahani? Income.
Income is earnings.
Earnings, how much money they're making. And it's from January to December, everyone, okay? Now look at this sentence that we were doing in our last class. I really like this. Could you read this for us, please? Who shall I ask? Nissan Salah, could you read that here?
Yes, sir. Having earned approximately $50,000 in January, Evening Paradise increased its income steadily until July.
Okay, so what's the first event here? I'm going to ask some OET people. Jennifer, are you there?
It's having earned approximately $50,000 in January.
Is that Anna?
Yeah.
We lost. Okay, Anna, you can do this. So, Anna, where's the event here? The event is having earned approximately $50,000. Which one is it?
It's Evening Paradise 50,000.
Yep. So what color?
It's red.
It's red, and it's here, isn't it?
Yeah. It's
So
January.
Good. So this clause, this is our event 1, guys. We start here. Event 1. We start here. What's the second event? And I'm going to ask that question to a random person. 1 second.
Evening Paradise.
1
in
second.
July.
And let me ask Benitha. Benitha?
It's 100.
Yes, sir.
July.
Okay, but let's just bring some more people in. So Evening Paragraphs increases income steadily. Benitha, where's that?
Yeah. Until July. Here.
It's in July, isn't it? But actually, we're talking about this movement, aren't we, of this to this? And we
It's
talk
100.
about that
January
here,
to July.
right?
He make $100.
Yeah. So this is the kind of sentence that's just really great in IELTS. You could say, having earned approximately, we could start in February, couldn't we, guys? If we started in February, we would say, having earned approximately, right? 50,000. It's about the same, isn't it? Having earned approximately $50,000 in February, it's fine, right? Let's try change it to, I'm going to get someone on the microphone again now. Let's try change it to April. Who can make me a sentence starting in April and then moving to July? Who wants to try? Come on, don't be shy. Shahani, Ian? Yep.
60. Having earned
$60,000
in April, Evening Paradise
until September.
Increased their income
Steadily until
September.
July.
Yeah, right. So this is the idea. It's dead simple, but it's a participle clause. It's unusual in IELTS, and it's really, really good. So you guys are going to write me some sentences now, okay? So I'm going to stop this. Oops. You've got an example here, but I want 2 or 3 more sentences, okay? You can see the diagram. Let me just get rid of this. You've got an example here. I want 2, 3, and 4, please. You can talk about delicacy. You can talk about spicy fortune, whatever you want. But basically you have, I'll give you 1 minute to think about how a sentence that you could make, okay? I want 3 sentences. I'll just get rid of this because we don't have space. Right, so here we go. 2 minutes. Can you make me a sentence like this one?